So, what I want to share with you before we start the performance is these men have been working really just over the last, I would say the last 2 weeks. They have got together in the last 2 weeks to create a short performance for you that you're about to watch now. And I just want to just say thank you for coming to watch their performance. Like I say, they've only just spent the last 2 weeks kind of putting things together, and they really are keen to share this whole performance with you. So I'm glad you're in the right space. So again, if you could put yourselves on mute for me, that would be great, so that the actors will be able to perform the scenes in the best way possible and there's no interruptions. Please keep yourselves as audience members on mute until the end of the show, and then there'll be an opportunity for those to interact. So let me tell you a little bit about what's happening. So we're about to see the Kwame and the Lockdown show. Essentially, these men have got together over the last couple of weeks and they've been thinking very much about what is going on, what is the state of the black male in the current times of pre-lockdown, lockdown, and obviously post-lockdown. And they've been talking a lot, arguing a lot, but creatively, they've devised a sketch, which is a really wonderful show that they would like to share with you. So we're about to see that performance now. And then after the show, there will be an opportunity for you to interact with the show. And that could mean that you might want to play some characters, you might want to question some characters. It's really up to you, really. So we can talk more about that when that section of the show starts. After the interactive section, there will be an opportunity to further debate some of these issues that have perhaps come up tonight for you. And what we propose or invite people to do at that point is to, there will be some themes hopefully emerged from the performance, and we hope that you might self-organize in an open space kind of style where you could go into certain breakout rooms that will have a particular theme on the front door, and you'll be able to go into that room and talk and debate those important issues that matter to you or to those people in that room at a greater extent. So there will be that interacting section, then there'll be the breakout section, and then we'll come back as a whole and find out what we've actually discovered about tonight, what we've learnt, but moreover, what action are we going to take now, since we have all come together this evening to explore these issues of Kwame and the black man. What is it that we want to change? How can we go about making that change? What is the call to action? So the whole of this performance that you're about to see is a catalyst, it's a trigger for us to have a bigger debate about the issues affecting the black male pre and currently and post COVID-19. Anyway, you're not here to listen to my voice. We're going to start the show now. Like I say, just a couple of things. Please keep yourself on mute to the end of the show. It will be great if you could put it on speaker view because you'll have a greater performance. So yeah, sit back, relax, welcome, and we now are going to give you Kwame and the Lockdown. Thank you very much.
Welcome one and all. All right. Dream, 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 dream. Listen, we are about to enter into the mind state of Kwame.
Oh, man, that was a shift and a half. That's all I can say. Oh, I'm so glad to be home. Oh, man, that was long. Long. Oh, dear, let's get this. Oh, get all this bulletproof stuff off, man. Vests off and everything else. Oh, what's this? More post. There's another letter from the flipping solicitors. Oh, man. What? Are you having a laugh? You telling me now Sunderland is in a tier 3 lockdown and I can't see my son? No. You're having a laugh, mate. I've just spent £50,000 on solicitors' fees to get to see my son this weekend, and now I'll get a letter saying I can't see him. You're Jack. Oh, you know what? Oh, let's take some pills, man. You know what? Forget all this. I don't need this stress. You know what? I need time out. Let's just see what's on the television. Some kind of game show. Let's see what kind of game show it's on. Oh, TV don't ever work, you know what I mean? What's going on? It's a game show. What's that all about? Oh, it's making me dizzy. Oh, feeling a bit dizzy. Oh, wow. Oh.
What? Kwame did there, but him gone now. We wonder what happened to Kwame. Yo, I'm a good friend, Dreadlocks, that.
Ballhead!
Yes.
I drink drinks here, you know.
We hope so you're not drinking no rain, nephews.
Yes, brother. Yes. Because this Kwame man gone in a one deep dreaming and him mind gone all about the place.
Yes, me see it. He might draw bone now.
What thing? And so much pressure upon him that him have to overcomes all the obstacle entity in a young age.
Yes, you know, see him stress him just come back from work. Him tired. Him have all heap of things. Him get message from bailiff. Hey.
Wait. Me never get a letter from a bailiff once in my life, but sure.
All right.
Yes.
Anyway, we are going to do Dreadlocks. We're going to check in and see how Kwame get on with him family.
Yes. Hey,
yes, family life. All right. Buck you up soon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, glad to be back. Ain't been here for ages, man. Got to save old wallpaper. Some things never change, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. Yeah, wow, glad to be home. Yo, Dad, how you doing, Dad? Long time no see, Dad. You know how it is, Dad. Whoa, Dad.
So, you finally decided to come and visit your family. What is it? Huh? You need money?
No, Dad.
Is that it?
No, Dad.
You know, your mom is ill. Huh? Do you know? You know that?
Dad, I need you. Well, that's why I'm here, Dad. To come see Mum.
But why don't you come here more time? Why don't you come here more often?
Dad.
You know,
Dad.
your brother is always here.
Dad, listen. Just let me finish the sentence before you jump in all the time. Let's not talk about my brother, yeah?
All right.
Oh, because you always do it. You always want to talk about my brother. We are different, yeah? He's got a different job. My job's working for the government, yeah? I'm working at the moment 27 hours. I've had no rest days. All my annual leave's gone. I've been working. I don't even know what day it is. So when I come and see you, Dad, it's because this is the first opportunity I've had.
No,
And I
no,
will see Mum.
you need to come to see your mother more.
Yes, Dad, you're so right, Dad. But life isn't that easy, Dad. You know, life is just,
Go see
you're
your mother.
retired. You can,
Okay,
Dad.
okay, go see your mother.
Oh, man. I've walked in the door and I'm getting stressed already. What's going on here?
Hey, Kwame, how's it going, mate?
Stop.
Listen, I'm just coming to your mum and stuff. It's been terrible getting through that COVID-19. I had to stay 2 weeks inside. I couldn't go out.
Yeah, listen, trust me, listen. Since the government lockdown in March, yeah, my work is just going overdrive. I've been doing this, I've been doing that. I've had to go, you know, because I work for the government. I've had to just undo all this undermarket stuff. It's been messed up. They keep changing the guidelines. But you know what? I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. But you know what? You're looking well.
Around. Listen, you go see your mother. I'll be back shortly.
Yeah, listen. Tell Mum I'm just going to come up and see her. I'm going to get a glass of water and I'm going to come up and see Mum, yeah?
No
Won't be long,
problem,
yeah?
Yo.
Yeah, looking good.
Yo, Kwame.
Yo, bro.
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Bro, man, look at you looking fit, man. What's going on?
Well, you know how it goes, man. Just been doing this and that, looking after mother and that. Where you been?
Listen, work, like Rihanna. Work. That's all it is, me, work.
How come you've been working so much and you haven't paid the mortgage? Like, we've all been chipping in for the mortgage and you haven't even chipped in nothing. What's going on?
Listen, let's not go down there, yeah? I ain't seen you for months, yeah, and you want to go down that road? Listen, bro, it's been difficult, man. Listen, I've got money problems up to here. I've got 50 grand legal fees. And you know what? Listen, maybe I got your back before you. I'm just asking you to keep my back. I ain't forgotten you know what I'm saying?
Bro. Communication is key. You've been talking to us. You haven't even talked to us. We ain't seen you. Mother hasn't seen you. Dad hasn't seen you. And I'm taking on all the burden. What's going on? I don't get I don't get why you haven't even called us to say, look, this is what's happening, etc. And when now look at where we are. We're in a position now where you have not, paid any rent. We're short of change. And now what? It's causing big troubles and big grief. You see the stress it's putting on people? It's not nice.
Listen,
It's not
I
nice.
don't believe I'm hearing all this. You understand the job I'm in. You understand I work for the government. You understand I don't have my phone on me. You understand I work 27 hours. I'm doing a really, really high tense job. We got terrorists. We got the Black Lives Matter. We got the animal instincts. We got the Extinction Rebellion. We got all kinds of things going on, yeah, right? And you want to bust my balls because I ain't paid the mortgage for 2 months? Really?
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Pay your bills? Pay your bills? I'm not paying your bills. Like, I've had enough of it, bro.
But you know what? You don't pay my bills. But I didn't come here for this. I come here to, you know what? I came here for support.
Listen, I'm gone, man.
Me and my brother tight.
For now, man. Forget that.
But you know what? All you want to do is just give me GBH. You know what? Later, I want to see Mum, man.
Whatever.
Got time for this. Really?
Yo, what's going on, Kwame?
Yo.
What's going on, man?
Hey. Yo. Touch.
Yo. Let me talk to you for a quick second, yeah? Yo, what's this I hear about? You're not going to see your son. What's that about, man?
Oh, listen. To cut a long story short, me and the missus party company last year, everything was going swell. All of a sudden now, I can't see my boy, yeah? Then she moves from London right up to Sunderland. No problem. I drive up there back and forth, then I go there, she's never in. So I went to court, yeah? It cost me £50,000 in legal fees, yeah, right? And then March kicks in, COVID kicks in, bam, can't see my son. So I've gone through the ring. Do you know what the judge says? I can see my son this weekend. What happens? I get a blasted letter saying now Sunderland is in blasted lock 3. I can't see my boy. I'm so stressed. You don't know. Trust me. So do you know what? I come to the family house to see if my brother will be able to take me up there because my car, as you know, working for the government, is tracked. Can't use my motor, yeah, right? I can't knock on her door because she'll know who I am. So I thought my brother would help me. My brother don't want to know. My dad don't want to know. Do you know what? Listen, bro. Me and you go back along. You know what I mean? So I need somebody to help me to get me to Sunderland and see my boy.
Yo, look, me and you been friends, yeah, 30, 40 years, yeah? I got your back, man. Listen. Consult something out, yeah? Me and you, we'll do it, yeah? Don't even, hey.
This is
Yo,
what I'm
yo,
saying.
Nah.
This is what I'm saying.
hey, your dad, hey, your brother and your dad's back, man. Quiet.
Shh. Keep on the down low, yeah? Yeah, yeah.
Kwame,
Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad.
what influence is that here you going on Sunderland? What is that? Is that true?
Dad. Dad.
Is that true?
Dad. Yes, it's true, Dad. I'm going to see my boy, Dad. Dad.
Whoa. You know where
What?
he is, Sunderland? He's on tier 3 now. You
Listen.
can't break the rules. You are
Dad.
the government.
I don't need this right now, Dad. I'm
You
so
can-
stressed. Dad, listen. Listen.
I'm telling
What?
you.
Oh, this
You
is what
break
I'm
the
saying. Whenever
Don't
I come here, Dad. Oh,
bother coming
Bro,
back to visit us.
bro,
oh, now that's it.
Bro.
Okay. Dad and bro and Dad.
Sunderland.
Okay.
Sunderland. With your job, you're gonna go to Sunderland and risk losing your job.
Yeah.
For what? For what?
To see my
You
son.
can't do that. You
What
can't
to
do
see
that.
my? Oh,
You
man.
got Zoom, you got other ways of communicating. You can't do that. You ain't even paying the mortgage now,
Me too.
and then you're gonna talk about losing your job. How are you gonna do that?
You ain't
You're
got
gonna
a
stress
clue,
us
bro.
out. Can you not see
Alright.
that? You're
Listen, bro.
selfish.
All right, between me and you, bro.
Stop being selfish.
Me selfish? Me selfish? I'm doing the unselfish thing when you got your son on the phone crying down the phone, Dad, come and get me. Dad, come and get me. What would you do? Do you see your son on Zoom or do you see your son face to face and cuddle him every night, every
Face to
night?
face. You know it's face to face, but you're not in that
Move for me then.
situation
So
now.
move for
And
me then.
if you wasn't
Move for
practicing
me.
and you'd pick the right woman, you wouldn't have been in this problem. You're
Oh,
gonna pick the wrong one and put
no.
yourself in a piece of problem now. And now you're moaning about it. You have to take what you sold, mate.
No.
Listen.
No.
If you lose that job, yeah, I'm not helping you. Yeah, I'm telling you that for now. I'm not helping
Listen.
you. You're not putting me in the rubbish. Yeah.
Listen,
I'm telling you that.
you know what? Listen, shut up. Do you know what? I'll give you the bloody house. I'll sign you with the deeds over to you.
Yeah, mate,
You
sure.
can have the house. You can have the money. If that's all you think about is money, do you know what? Have it. I don't care. But I didn't come here for this. This is all I need. And you wonder why I don't come here? Because all I get is grief. Do you know what? Have the house. Good luck. Bro, I've got to see Mum, yeah, right? Because I come here to see Mum. Don't
Make
need
sure.
your laters.
Hey,
Make sure.
bro.
Make sure. Make sure.
Kwame,
Right,
look,
I'm off anyway. Later.
Yeah, gone already.
Kwame, your mother's really, really ill. I don't know if she's going to make it any longer. But
Oh.
are you feeling better?
Nah, mate, trust me. I need to pop another pill, man.
You stay off those pills, mate. Yeah, stick to the drink instead. Stay off those pills. To make it go green. That's what it is.
Listen, without these pills, I wouldn't even know what day it is. I wouldn't even know what day it is. But you know what? Listen, I'm just stressed out. Listen, it's nice to see you, yeah, but I've just got to see Mum. I've got to go and see Mum
Go and
because
see her right now. I'll go and chill out.
yeah, you should take care of yourself, yeah. Touch.
Why? I went him there.
I mean, no, sir. A big cross is in that the family.
Why? I tell you, it look like, say, stress upon Kwame head. Him a pop pill. Him now go see him mother we ill. And him that vex with him. And him default on the mortgage payment. A whole heap of things are going.
A big crosses, me saying that the family there, me don't know how them are gonna come out, but somehow Kwame's gotta come out. He's gotta get out of those obstacles.
Me I tell you, dreadlocks.
Brother, but Kwame, you have one friend named Mark, so let's go see what Mark they do now. Hey, come on, Mark, come in, Mark.
So good, you know.
Come in, Mark, come in.
Yeah, what's up? It's peak out here. You know, man's just trying to live. These people, it's just like all over, man. For some reason, like it's all my fault. Man was trying to get himself better and that, and the rehab's all gone since COVID-19. You know, it's like back in the game again. You know, they don't care about us. People trying to get themselves better out here. You know. They forget about us. Some of us, yeah, we've had bad times, but you know, trying to get myself better, and there's just nothing happening. It's just all a bit You know, I just don't know. They don't care about us, man. It's unfair. We're here too.
Ballad. 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 Come on, man. Talk to me. We can't hear you, man. Come on.
Sorry, dreadlock. Me did I try to talk, but you know, so sometimes me not too good with the internet thing where I go on.
It's that age thing, I mean, no say you overhaul, but
you
pressure,
you
man.
older than me.
Stop being nice, man. Behave yourself. Oh, older than you. Look at my nice looking face. You can come tell me say me older than you.
You know,
Anyhow,
see me hair look good.
I true though. Ballad, he look good. He look good. But listen, our young sons, them in a problem, man. The crisis, the lockdown, it can get to them head, man.
A true thing the boy are talking, you know.
A truth, man.
Because him a look for work and him can't find work and he have to go up on road again.
And when him a go up on road, him a do them bad things. Two wrongs not make a right, but
no good,
pressure,
no good.
man, pressure.
But the situation with the pandemic just put more pressure upon people right now.
You know that me they say.
All right. Ewa, dreadlocks. Me just get a text message. Me say Kwame and him friend, then a Kia, and Kwame a go look for him pitney in a Sunderland.
You know who?
Kwame a go look for him pitney in a Sunderland.
Oh, me tell you this say Sunderland. All right, come, let's go see it.
All right, we go see it now.
All right.
Yo, man, listen, trust me, you have saved my life. I've got so much stress there back home. You know what I'm saying? My brother was supposed to help me. You don't want to help me. Listen, man, I'm so thankful for your help because without you, I don't know how I would have got to Sunderland at 3 o'clock today, man. Trust me.
Listen, Kwame, man, I always got your back here. Obviously, from day, yeah. Obviously, of course, you got to see your son. Now, I know couple time. I know man's let you down a little bit. I mean, last time, you know, we was in the car. He was to know that the police was gonna look under the spare tire, get me. But don't worry, man. Like it's cool. Like, and obviously there was the other time when we was kids when I didn't have the license. But it's all good now, yeah. It's all good. All right.
Yeah, man. Listen, I hope it's legit. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, back in the day when we were little youths, that's one thing. But as you know, I went to police school, calmed down. Now a detective, work for the government. Everything's got to be legit. My car is tracked. Yeah, they know where I am before I even get there. That's why I need an unmarked car. I can't even get there because she knows what I'm gonna like. She'll squeal. So you got to go and help knock on the door to just let her know. Come get my son. Give him to me. But it's been drama, absolute drama. Stress. Cost me £50,000. I ain't paid the mortgage on the house for the family for 2 months. That's 2 months. They're not going to be evicted, but my brother wants to give me grief. What's that all about?
Listen, Kwame, you need to relax, yeah, before you give yourself a stroke, fam. You get me? Listen, it's all good. Car's fine. Everything's calm. Did everything that you said, yeah? Like, you know, I wouldn't let you down. You understand, yeah?
Listen. That's good. Listen, between me and you, yeah, I'm taking these tablets, man. They just keep me going. They're kind of uppers, you know what I mean? Because life is just one big drug scene in my brain to keep me going. But between me and you, all right? So just put the down low, yeah?
Listen, man, look, next time you need to come to me, innit? Oh, crap. Hey, it's the, what's this guy? He's going to come for me over, innit?
Oh, no. Listen, whatever happens, yeah, just keep it on the down low, all right? Just keep it on the down low. That's all I'm saying, yeah? Right?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
hello?
What?
Can you just wind down your window for me, please?
Crying out loud. Kwame, it's all good, yeah? It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're working in the area and we're doing routine checks.
Right.
Your car happens to be the 20th car that's passed by.
What?
I'm sure you heard me. Your car is the 20th car that's passed by.
Bro, you're just stopping me because I'm black, man.
Listen, it's nothing to do with the color of your skin. We're checking everyone.
Talking nonsense. Where's your mask?
No one's talking nonsense. Okay? We're stopping everyone on this lane that's passing by. Now, you happen to be the 20th person, and I'm going to have to check your details. Is that okay, sir?
Yo, hey, it's going to be fine, yeah? It's going to be all right, yeah? Car's fine. It's cool, yeah?
Well, I hope so.
Listen.
Okay, driver.
Yeah,
Troy.
take it then. Move out my face, man.
Okay, I'm just going to check your details through the system, and I will be back with you in a couple of minutes.
Oh,
you don't go anywhere, and if you try to go anywhere, my colleagues will chase you down.
Troy.
Remain here.
Hurry up and bring back my license, man.
Troy, listen, Troy, please, I beg you, yeah? Please, just suck up. It may not be right. It's not the right thing to do, bearing in mind I work for the government, yeah, right? And the law is an ass, as I know, yeah, right? They're all hypocrites, yeah? But just keep it down low. Please, I've got to get to Sunderland, and you're my only ride to get there. I don't need no drama. You told me the car was kosher, yeah?
Calm down. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with the car. It's all legit. Like, it's fine. We're going to be off in no time, man. Just calm yourself. Always stressing me out.
Stress? I need to pop another pill, man.
Yeah, just relax, man. Don't make it big. This idiot come back now.
Man, what's going on?
Hello?
Yeah?
Hello. Well, I've just run the check through with a colleague of mine, and it turns out that you're missing insurance payments. So you haven't paid any insurance on this vehicle for the last 6 months.
I'm going to sort it out when I get back, in it. Just give me back my stuff, be on your way, and it's all calm, innit? Don't worry about it. Watch that, man.
You won't be getting anything back, Troy. What's going to happen now is we're going to impound this vehicle, and we're going to be taking you to the station for some questioning.
Nonsense. You just
it's not nonsense. This is the law.
Move up.
And you kindly step out the vehicle, you and your colleague. Thank you.
No, that's officer.
No. I don't want to hear any more.
Officer.
I don't need to hear any more.
All right. I'm gonna get out. It's cool. Yeah, we're gonna get out. I wanna go with you. Kwame, you go do your thing, yeah?
That's it. Thank you very much.
I've got a chip. Laters. I've got a chip, man. I can't be doing this. Laters. Gone. Oh.
Thank you very much.
Okay, hang on. Oh, God, no, I don't need this. I don't need this. He told me the car was legit. Yo. Oh, Sharon, what are you doing, Sharon? You good, yeah? Yeah. No, listen, Sharon, just to let you know, everything is sweet. Yeah, I'm just letting you know, I'm on the M6, right? I'm on my way. I'm just stuck in a little bit of traffic. These things happen, a little technicality, as you can see, but I will be there, yeah? Yeah, 3 o'clock. Yeah, I'm coming to get me 3 o'clock. I will be there. I will not be late. You know I won't be late. You know I'm reliable. Sharon, please, listen. I know you're not going to wait, but Sharon. Man. Yo. Stop. Oh, man. Oh.
What a friend, man.
Ballad.
What a friend, me I tell you.
Ballad. You know what old time people say? Bad company will lead you astray.
Yes. All right. In bad mind, so.
The man no say in vehicle no kosher, and he might drive with how much? What am I saying now in today there pints the panning license, and he tell that
Him a parking ticket. Yes. Him no pay me insurance. MOT run out.
What a wicked boy doing, sir.
Him know so Kwame have to go see him Pitney in a Sunderland.
Pitney they cry, girlfriend they cry.
We don't know. We don't know. Dreadlocks, me I tell you, man.
We need some what? We need some jollification time now. So too much sadness and go on because of this COVID thing. So let's kick back, man, and have a little jollification time now.
Yes.
Yeah? Cool?
Yes, that sound good.
All right.
Tonight's game show.
Hello and welcome to this final round of Black Attack. Last week we had our two winners of the show and I'm here in the studio. So firstly we have our contestant David. Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, I'm David, and I'm living in South London. Glad to be on the show. Can't wait to see what prizes I can win. Yes.
Okay. And because of our COVID restrictions, we have our contestants dialing in from home. Contestant, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience, please? Sorry, sir, we can't hear you. Sir, excuse me, sir, we can't hear you. Sorry, we seem to have a technical problem on the line. Oh, yep, no, he's back. Sorry, I didn't quite understand that. Are you talking English?
Listen, when you're on road, man, you just have to talk road, innit? I'm here, I'm ready.
Okay, so we're down to our final two contestants, ladies and gentlemen, and we have 5 very important questions. So, question number 1. What are the percentage and the likelihood of black people being stopped under Section 60? Is it 59%, B, 4%, or C, 38%? I need to press you for your answers. Contestant number 1, David. Your answer?
I mean, that's an easy one. Of course, this roadman wouldn't know anything about that, but of course, it's going to be B. It's not going to be that high at all.
Okay.
Where you get this one from? Listen, when you're on the street, right? Every day is a problem. So, of course it have to be high.
Gentlemen, let's not have black on black violence. Can I just simply have your answer, please, sir?
Oh, the highest one, man. The highest one. Sure.
Okay.
I don't know where you get that one from.
Moving on to question number 2. The stats for black and ethnic minorities who are more likely to die from COVID, are they 3 times more likely, twice as likely, or not at all likely to get COVID-19? Contestant number 2, can I have your answer, please?
Listen, are we on the front line, you know? Are we then put first fifth like that? Now see, always the infantry then got on first. So when we got on,
can I just have the answer, please?
Oh, holy pa, we are dead, man. What happened to you?
No,
you know, see the statistics.
This is why we don't have black people on the TV. Please, give us your answer.
See, but the man is coming out, hey, don't get me vexed, you know. Sure.
Okay. Contestant number 1. David, can I have your answer, please?
I think what my fellow friend here was trying to say, that roadman, I think he calls himself a road runner. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Look at me doing there, you know. I don't deal with you too.
I have to press you.
It's no times as likely. Definitely not. Boris is doing a sterling job.
Oh, where you get this idiot boy from?
Okay, moving on to question number 3.
Sure.
Question number 3. What is the unemployment rate for black people in the United Kingdom? Is it 3% of the total population?
Higher.
8% of the total population?
Higher.
Or 9% of the total population?
Higher.
One answer, please.
A whole heap of we unemployed, you know. They don't like we. We step through the door, they don't want to see it. They don't like we. They don't like how we dress. They don't like how we act. They don't like how we sound.
Sir, can I just have an answer, please?
We don't have a chance. What do you?
Okay, so
the highest one.
Contestant number 1. We'll come back to contestant number 2.
Well, you know, if my fellow brothers and sisters spent more time working and less time, you know, smoking, what they call it, marijuana, we'd be fine. So I'm going to go for 50%.
Where you find this one from?
Let the presenter do his
Where you really find him from?
Please, gentlemen, I need to.
Find him in one of them library or something.
Gentlemen, please. Thank you. We are a family show, and we pride ourselves on it being a family show.
We could have never related to that idiot there. Where you find that idiot boy from?
Gentlemen, question number 4.
Sure.
Which footballer has recently embarrassed the Conservative government on providing free school meals during the summer holidays? Is it A, Harry Kane, B, Marcus Rashford, or C, Paul Gascoigne? And that's to contestant number 1.
Oh, that one's easy. It's Marcus Rashford, of course. A charming young fellow.
Contestant number 2, what is your answer, please?
And the first decent answer him said, out of all of them, first of all, one is an alcoholic. 2, the other one, he don't know how a football look. The only decent one is Marcus Rashford, isn't it? Of course, I'm Marcus Rashford. Where you come with them foolish question from?
We have a tie, so this will be the final. This will be the final.
Oh, what kind of tie you talk?
This is the final question.
Finish. Otherwise,
gentlemen, please. This is the final question. True or false? Two brothers were stopped outside a chicken shop in Deptford, South London, and arrested and searched because of the following reason. Was it A, for buying chicken and chips? Was it B, for giving high fives? Or C, for doing fist bumps? Contestant number 1, can I have your answer, please?
Well, you know, kids are always doing these kind of tribal gang signs. It must be the fist bumps. That's a reason why you want to arrest 2 young black boys. So the fist bumps. Okay,
contestant number 2.
And once them see the 2 boys, them act normal. You know, with normal, them exuberance.
I need an answer, sir. I need an answer.
What do you mean? Because they just got a little skin in it. That's why them arrest them. That's what else when I arrest them for? Now ask me a stupid question. If you ask the question, ask me something sensible.
Wrapping up, so we have a winner, and the winner wins a 5-star, all-inclusive holiday in a gated community, 365 days of the year, with security, 3 square meals a day at HMP Belmarsh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause.
And that they deserve for true. Send him down there. Let them knock some sense in their head.
Is this some kind of joke? Is this a joke?
You've won.
How dare you?
You have won. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I return you to your host, Barled and Dreadlocks at the Black British Broadcasting Company, the BBBC.
Barled, what a thing. The only little song what come to mind. What our brothers need now is love, sweet love.
Hey, me just a dance so that jig up myself. Can we get title? You know, hear that? BBBC.
You know, say, I'm not even a queen. Never remember me to give me honor, but compound Kwame show and then give it BBC.
Big honor, me, I tell you, Dreadlocks. Ewa. You know, they seen what a way them do the boy, you know.
Why? But one did really ignorant do of it true, eh?
Yeah,
he
man.
One,
that's
why,
man.
That's why he said sometimes we not represent too well on TV because it look like we lose the sense of purpose and orientation.
I must look, I'm losing sense of purpose, but him still get liquid the same thing where the man in the gutter go get liquid.
Not true, because him is an intellectual and him answer the question and good and win.
Yes, man, and him win the thing.
Me thought say when they say gated community, me thought say him get a nice trip to Dominican Republic in a nice surroundings.
No, sir. Them send him go to Brixton jail again.
What a place we got send him.
You know, send me head at me right now, you know.
They could have even sent him to the Isle of Wight, but Brixton?
Yes, I saw them do it, you know. I saw them do with dreadlocks.
They no respect we at all.
Yes, man. Head at me, you know.
I wonder if we can go see what Kwame they do upper yonder. We can't go to that. We can't go to that scene yet.
No, we not there so yet.
You sure?
No. Me just get a call.
Say what?
Get a call. From Carl TV show. Them have two intellectual at talk, big talk.
No, but before that, the one day, we have somebody that give up. Somebody that go give a poem.
Oh. Yes, that a few wait then.
Yeah, you know, say, when the head not too good.
Yes. Come, dreadlocks. We forward to the poem right now, yes?
All right, come listen to little poem.
Soon link up.
Yeah, come.
Sometimes he wakes up and he feels positive, knows that his life is here and so he needs to live it. But in a moment, he gets knocked off his stance, a spiral of crazy cognitions. They put him in a trance. He can't dust himself off, get back in the ring. He's convinced there must be something wrong with him. Repressed emotions of where he comes from, parts of him missing, and features that he will never know. He's not at the top, he's floating above the bottom. He's just a middleman, soon to be forgotten. He's surrounded by isolation, and his only companion is his written frustration. Maybe this is the cause of his constant hesitation and habit of being lazy and so complacent. He puts it down to the side. He never knew. It's too late. He went and grew, never needed the truth, and they didn't have a clue. But no worries, he'll continue to struggle through. But the truth is, he feels so damaged, like a hand with no thumbs, ostracized, part of another cursed generation. Maybe it explains his manner and all his deep-rooted anger. He's fighting, so history doesn't repeat again. It's the same with all his friends, not sure when this will end, hanging on to the hope that comes now and again. It's just the journey of the middleman. He's not at the top, he's floating above the bottom. He's just a middleman, soon to be forgotten. Now he hears what you've been saying. He knows what you've been thinking. The sky might be the limit. We're still stuck on the ceiling. The chance to carry on may not seem so damn appealing. His belief disappears with sound of screaming. If you ever find yourself in such a position, we'll just stop, think, and do the right thing. Hold out a hand and try to lift him, because each loose moment has a damaging consequence, a future possibility, genuine opportunity, chance to sail a vessel instead of drifting miserably. He's just a middleman drowning in cruel society, then buried 6 feet deep because no one swam to him. Not at the top, he's floating above the bottom. He's just a middleman, soon to be forgotten.
Aye.
Boy.
That the poem did strong, you know?
Brother, what the word name? Me was mesmerized.
Me head not too good, me can't remember.
No, man. In good, the boy good. The boy good.
Yeah.
In good man.
Yes. So, are you so nice? A Kwame dream sweet. So, and what we are going to do? We are going at the debate right now. Remember before me to tell you about my friend Dreadlocks? We have a gate.
Yes.
We have a platform for professor to come talk on. His name Carl talk. Sure. We are going forward right there right now. Yes?
Yeah, man. Cool. Bring him on.
Soon,
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Baba will.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Carl Show, Context, Action, Result, Learning. Today, we have two professors, Professor Antonio and Professor Fernando. Let me introduce you to them. Professor Fernando. Professor Fernando.
Hello.
Hello,
good
sir.
Evening.
How
Good
you doing
evening,
today?
everybody. I'm all right. Yourself?
Very good, very good, very good, very good. So, Professor Antonio, you there?
Yes, hello, welcome. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. So today's subject is, who are we? Now I'm going to start with you, Professor Antonio. In the context, who are we?
Well, we are supposed to be top of the food chain, but with this controversy of this COVID-19, we are at the bottom at the moment. It has wiped us out for 6. We don't know what's going on. It's really, really bad for everyone, I believe, the whole world.
And Mr. Fernando, who are we?
Well, to be honest, I agree in partly with what he said, but we just have to the circumstances that we are involved in is that why we are in these circumstances, because we just think about individuals. We have to think collectively. Everyone just thinks about himself and not thinking collectively. So that's our problem. And
okay, so knowing that that's our problem.
Result of that.
Okay, so knowing that that's our problem, in that context, what action should be taken to resolve that issue of who we are and how we can go forward?
Well, like in the context of the question is like we have to think about we in terms of we, what we can do, what we can achieve, and how we go there. We, not me, just we.
And you, Mr. Antonio, Professor Antonio, what action do you think should be taken in the context that you speak of who we are?
Well, the overhaul united of farmers, that should be great, because we could feed everyone in the whole world. We don't have to do for the Western or the Eastern world, that everyone could be fed at the same time to survive this crisis.
Okay, and that action, what result would that bring with who we are?
The action that would bring us, that would actually unite us as one unit and be back at the top of the food chain as we was in the first place. Work together, I reckon.
And Mr. Fernando, what do you think the results are of the we? What do you think should be done to achieve the we that you speak of?
Well, we just need to learn about our culture and work together. Basically, is that work together and think together and try to achieve together.
Okay, and in doing that, working together, achieving together, how are we going to learn to do this? What would you say is the best way of learning in order to achieve that result?
Well, we need to study our roots, go back, study, and just learning from the beginning. We can build from there. That's the way we can achieve anything.
And Mr. Antonio, what learning do you think we need to achieve?
Some of these questions are right. Yeah, we have to learn together, but I don't reckon we should go all the way back to the past. This is the future. We've got the technology. We should work together on the future, how to work to survive with each other. And not
negative.
It's too many
That
fighting, too many people want to be at the top.
You cannot start to build a house from the middle. You have to go from the roots.
Everyone should be equal. Everyone should be equal, working together, not this one.
That's all. But if you have to build something, you have to start from the beginning.
Not all the way from the beginning. You know, we are now. We've got the technology to work together. The information through the highway, the internet, work together. That's what we should do.
Like I said, you cannot start to build a house from the middle. You have to start from the beginning.
Depends on the foundations of what we've got. If we don't ruin the ground in the first place, that's how I reckon.
Sorry, we've got an interference from a Galaxy S10 that will not mute. Can you please mute? Yeah, thank you. Right. With all that said and done, who are we? The context, the action, the result, the learning. What say you?
Well.
Oh.
Ballad.
Well, go on, my brethren.
Right, the black brothers, them, the professors, them are perform good.
Yeah, the professor them say some good things, you know. You can't build a house from the middle, you have to start from the bottom.
And that the one did lick me every time I hear it. It shook me head.
Yes. Me in agreement with him, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, yeah, man, cohesion and togetherness and so that we can have maybe a commonly held identity. Yes. Yeah. It makes sense.
You know, so these are some serious times, you know.
Yeah, man. It's
with cohesion and identity, you have to hold that stronger in a desert time now.
Yeah, man. Them have another word that float about name mutual support. Because a whole heap of crisis are going in a lockdown, and for us to overcome our obstacle them, we need to mutually come together and support each other, man.
Me hear what you say, dreadlocks. A real thing you talk.
Ballad, a truth.
Yes.
Yo, let's go here from Paul. Paul have something to say. Eh? Right. Well, if you off, man, and we will know.
Yeah, me I go listen.
Come off, man, then we will know.
Me I go listening.
Yeah, man, come off. Yeah.
Hi, my name's Paul. I'm a young entrepreneur. During this strange time of racing, I have decided to capitalize on this. And now, within my Lambeth Borough, I am now making money by marketing and selling not just the normal flavors I add, strawberry hand and your regular hand. And as I said, mask to keep safe. And if you can afford it, we also do vitamin D. So, from my perspective, this has been one of the most captivating times for me. I'm glad to say that in these times, it may seem hard, but with a little bit of ingenuity, good faith, strong heart, you can achieve.
Yo, Barlet.
Me there.
You see that man there?
Go on.
Him just a try to capitalize on the pandemic we are going right now.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Me don't know, so you know. You want to make money.
Look here. A hard times it calls for entrepreneurship. So nothing wrong with that.
And Mr. Big Time, I walk away with all of the money. We not get nothing.
It's because of workless, we workless. Him using him mind and him brain and him. Look, we are benefit, we are get hand sanitizer. He look all different color and taste and flavor. What more you want?
We want plain hand sanitizer. Me no need no strawberry or mango fruit hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer, hand sanitizer. Want to you.
Sure. Don't know what's wrong with you, man. Sure.
All right.
The man, he might build up the community. He might build we up, man. Sure. Love it.
Big up Paul same time. Yo, a long time we didn't hear from Kwame, you know.
But me know he must have lost there. I hope say no gone down Oxford, take wrong route, gone Oxford. He should be up at Sunderland. But
you know, say who will come next? One man will come next. Me don't know him.
My glasses are like a simple, you know, but he says Kwame best friend, so we better introduce him
just
before the audience. The audience are gonna get fed up about, man. Come on,
all right, old man, come off at the screen, man.
Come.
Comes up with dark skin tone.
You know, it's difficult being a black man today. I walk down the street, somebody crosses the road. I don't know if it's because I'm black or I'm wearing a mask, or because I have
I will say it's her, and no one will say her.
Or is it because the government says because I'm a BAME, I'm going to have COVID? You know, they said COVID started in Wahoo, but it never touched Peking, but it came to London. They said the black people in London are more likely to get COVID, but the ones in Jamaica and Africa and the Caribbean are less likely. There's something going on here, and I'm scared. I'm scared because I cannot trust this government. It says one thing and says another thing. But you know what, on top of that, Bill Gates wants to have a vaccination, but guess who he wants to test on first? It's us, the black people. The ones who are less likely to have COVID in Africa and the Caribbean were more likely to have COVID in here and America. Why are we having COVID in here in America? It's always one thing. It's always something else. We always seem to be the victim in this Western world. You know, they bring First World War, they involve the whole world. Second World War, they involve the whole world. COVID, they involve the whole world. Why? I am scared. I am really scared being in this world. I'm so scared. I don't know who to trust. I can't go to the doctor because if the doctor said I'm positive, I must stay home. And if I stay home, I cannot earn. And if I cannot earn, I cannot feed my family. And then they talk about mental illness. This is a mental illness. It takes somebody like William to understand mental illness. How could he know it? Does he live like how I live? Nil by mouth, that's how I live. And then you have COVID thrown in the mix. I don't trust this government. I am scared of this government. That's what I am, scared of this government. I'm scared.
Ballad.
Oh.
Ballad. He must talk some truth there, you know.
Yeah, me did hear what I talk about. And me have to agree with him sometime, you know. Because in this day and age, it's hard, man. Me I tell you, dreadlocks.
Ballad. Me hear them use one word out there now called conspiracy. And it look like me have to agree with you know, Dreddy because Ballad because them a do with bad man.
It come to light. All what them a talk about are come true right now. And a manifest in front of we eye them.
Truth.
Some people can't find work. People get sacked. All heap of things.
No, man.
COVID no make things easy.
No, man. We are under the microscope, but anyhow, yeah. Come back. Wheel back. Wheel it in now. Whoa! It must have reached by now, ain't it?
Kwame,
you think Kwame reach?
Me think say
yeah,
reach.
He might talk about, man.
A long time now.
Shall we go find out?
Let's go find out what you might do.
All right, come.
All right.
Find you.
Oh. Sharon, open the door. Sharon, I've arrived. Sharon. Sharon, open the door. I'm here. Come and see my boy. Where is she, man? Oh, where's my boy? Cool. What do you mean it's got a voicemail? What do you mean it's got a voicemail? What? Sharon, if you're in, listen. It's me. I'm here. Kwame's here. Listen. There was a lot of traffic, yeah? I'm here. I made it, yeah? Where are you? I'm banging on the door. Yeah, answer the door. Open the door, Sharon. Come on, call me back. Quick now. Come on, Sharon. You're my boy. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I get too hot. Okay. But that was... Son, where are you? Call me, Dad. Call me, please. Call your dad. Come on. Call me, please. Call me. Oh my gosh. Sharon, open the door, man. I need to see my boy. I'm just come on his way. I need to see my boy. Sharon, open the door. Sharon, open the door. Sharon. Sharon, I come all this way, man. I need to see my son. He's all that matters to me. I got nothing if I ain't got my son. Please. Oh man. Wow. Woohoo! What happened? That was my messed up game show. Woo. What was I watching? Whatever it was, I was tripping. That was cool, man. Listen. Man, that was a game show. But anyway, I need to go to bed because I'm going to see my son in the morning and I can't wait. Good night.
Ballin'.
You know,
touch me back.
For Kwame, you know. What a woman wicked so.
You know, see what this pandemic can do to we.
What the pandemic can do for we?
What are we do? You know, watch the show.
Me watch it, but sometimes me I drink some rum and it take me some time. I don't know what I go on.
But listen, man, from the beginning, from the show start, the man went into one kind of a dream state, and then the show was talking about how this pandemic affect him family, affect him in close friend them, and police get involved in road traffic police.
it seems like Kwame is overcoming obstacles.
In Trangdo, you know. Feel left from down south, gone all the way up at Sunderland. And we see different people, how this thing affect different people. We see how it affect Mark and Paul. Affect them in different ways, innit?
Yes.
Some
other boy will go up on game show. Will get put in a prison. All the friend were not good. All the professor where you get paid for chat pan show.
So listen, man. Listen, as a people, we got it together. Professor, game show host. Look on all with them, I'll give we title BBC.
I know BBC, BBC.
Oh, all right. Well,
yes, man.
Well, I think, well, we arrive in it from start to finish on.
But I hope Kwame make it out and things go good for him, you know.
Yeah, because it's a long journey from Sunderland to come back down south, ain't it?
Yes. Anyway, my brethren, may I go drink 2 more shot of rum?
Me the drink me Milo.
Hey. Bless up, my friend.
Let me see you next time.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. That's the end of the show. If I can ask all of the actors to come on stage, that is the end of the show. If I can ask all of the actors to come on stage, please. It would be nice if any of the audience members have anything to say. They could write it in the chat for now. Please keep yourselves muted, but if you've got anything that's come up for you, any thoughts, any feelings of what you want to share, please put it in the chat. But I just want to bring all of the actors up on stage, and I'd like to salute you all, and I'm sure the audience members will as well. But if there's anything that you as performers would like to say, now is a good time.
Well done to everyone. Shimon with your bad selves.
Thank you. It's been a great performance. Great day.
Yes, I'd like to say thank you. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who joined and watched the performance. Thank you very much. And to my fellow co-hosts as well.
All right, I'm just now it's just finishing. I'm just screen grabbing quickly because they're showing all the performers, and they had an audience of about.
We can hear you.
I'd like to thank all the audience for watching the show, and my fellow actors, and I'd like to say well done to all of us.
Yes.
Yeah, well done to everyone. Thank you for coming along and watching the show. I really had a good time putting this piece together, and there's some fantastic people in this, of actors and brothers that I've met recently. Thank you.
I'm just honored to be a part of this phenomenal crew. And I really do hope that the BBC have seen this and they're going to give it some good airing. God bless you all.
Wow, congratulations once again to all of the cast members. I just want to say thank you for putting this show together. So audience members, just for you to know, for the record, pretty much this show was put together in the last 2 weeks. They've spent a few nights this week working, and they had 1 or 2 rehearsals last week, but they really just come together and managed to soldier on in spite of all of the challenges that they were facing with scheduling and meeting a rehearsal schedule. They've managed to just come together over about, I'd say about 5 evenings and just really put this show together. So I'm really proud and honored to know that, you know, they're all committed to this kind of way of working. Once again, thank you so much. So we've got some time left, and I wondered, you know, you, the audience, it's really over to you now. If you could let us know, if you'd like to share what has come up for you since watching this show. What issues has it brought up for you? Maybe you could put them in the chat, or we invite you to unmute yourself and just say something about what has come up for you now that you've seen this show. What are the issues has it brought up for you? What is it that you'd like to share? If you're able to unmute yourself and speak off camera, on camera, or if you're unable to speak, you can write it in the chat. But essentially, I think what the cast members would like to know is, yeah, what has come up for you now that you've seen this show? What is it made you think about? What has it made you feel? Is it real? You know, what we saw some of those characters experience, is that the reality? You know, we're up for a debate here, and we want to have a wider discussion really around Black men and mental health, and obviously the current situation around COVID-19. So I'm just going to try and read out some of the issues that have come up in the text. So many issues were brought up in the show. Life is stressful, and we all need someone to talk to, someone who will listen to us. That was from Hazel, thank you very much. And then we've got supporting our young people with their identity and helping them through challenging times is an important one. That's from youth work practitioner, MA parent. We've got life is stressful, Hazel is saying there. I don't know if it's something that everybody connects and relates to, that life is very stressful. Got some more congratulations, well done. Great to see my people not being afraid to discuss issues that affect us all. There's also Hazel comments on fear of COVID-19 is enough to cause us stress. And then Charmaine writes, Black men are under siege from all sides. It must be impossible to manage. So maybe the cast can say something about how they've managed their mental health, particularly leading up to this show, during this show, and hopefully, you know, looking forward. You've done 2 shows in the last couple of weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, we did an outdoor show in Chadwell Heath on 18th of October, and it was a mental health festival. And these men performed an outdoor show in the community on a Sunday morning, and now they've done a performance here for you online. So maybe one of the some of the cast members would like to share some further insight about your state of well-being as it is now. How, if anything, what's helping you, what's hindering you, something around your own personal situation you'd like to share. You just want to unmute yourself and let us hear you. I'm sure the audience would love to hear some personal points of view.
I'll start. Shall I start?
Yes, go ahead.
I think for me at this time is that, I mean, we all know about COVID, and I think what for me is that a lot of the stuff surrounding COVID is very in cloak and dagger. And for me, it appears there's an ulterior motive. I mean, a classic example is a friend of mine. He's from Nigeria, and he was saying a lot of people going into the ghetto areas and saying you should wash your hands. The reality of that, he was saying, is that the majority of people They just need water to drink, not to wash their hands. So would you rather wash your hands or drink? And it just occurred to me that this whole COVID thing is almost like the whole of the European empire dragging everybody into it. As I said it in my thing, it's like, it's a reality that Wuhan started with COVID, but it never got into Peking, but it went all the way to America and Europe. And I find that very stressful because we're not getting the right information. And the fact that people now fearing each other instead of coming together seems to be the undercurrent situation at the moment. And the realization that we're all waiting for a wonder vaccination to solve this problem. But the reality is that this problem kind of tells us that there's a bigger problem that we're not really taking care of. And this is just going to put a sellotape on what is already a bigger problem. So my thing is how to manage myself in this current situation. So, and I just do that by literally just trying to do due diligence. When I listen to somebody say something, I go and do my own research. Because I think majority of us, we take secondhand information. We hear what the tabloids say, we hear what the straplines are coming in, the headlines, and we take that as the gospel truth. And I think we need to look more into what's going on, opposed to just accepting what's going on.
Thank you there, Willen. We've got 2 questions that come up in the chat, and maybe some other cast members can answer them. One of them is, can you tell us about the process, what the process was actually getting the show together? And is it based on your experiences? That's one of the questions. Who'd like to take that one?
Okay, I'll jump in there. Yeah, well, the recent process of the COVID is unprecedented. Until this year, nobody knew what COVID-19 was to a degree, especially here in the Western world. So we had our own issues to deal with. However, being a facilitator who supported absent dads or dads who wanted to see their children and could not for many other reasons, this COVID-19 situation just added to the delay of fathers not being able to see their children. Hence why we've put that into it. It's a personal experience that I've had to support many fathers who have been to court, who have got actually documentation to say they can see their child on a Saturday between whatever time, and they've travelled how many hundreds of miles on a train without driving, only to get to the front door, nobody's in. So they've had to go home, go back to court, cost them thousands of pounds of in court fees and everything else to do it again, because quite rightly so, nobody should go to jail, but the courts are in some ways reluctant to send single parents, i.e. mothers, to jail because who would look after the children. I do get that. However, they understand that they can flout the laws, not all of them, some of them, so that where does that leave the father who wants to see his child? Hence, he's destitute. And if his child sort of calling him on the phone, wants to see him, and all the child knows is, Dad, where are you? Dad, Dad, Dad. So that if the dad wants to see his child, the dad will do whatever, break the law, do whatever to go and see his child. So that to me was quite poignant to play that role of traveling through whatever, COVID 1, COVID 2, COVID 3, tier 3, whatever, breaking the rule, getting a sack, being fined, to go and see your child, bang on the door because your child wants to see you, you want to see your son. To me, it's an important factor in this society where there are this. I'm talking about good dads now. I'm not talking about the waste dads, dads that don't want to see their children. I'm talking about the good dads that do want to see their children and that can't because of all this red tape that COVID has added to it.
Thank you very much. So again, audience, if there's any themes or issues or things that have come up for you, please write them in the chat. We'd love to hear from them. There was another question that perhaps someone else can ask. Are there any mental health support groups you would recommend people to go to for support? Who'd like to take that one?
Okay, I think I don't know of any specifically, but what I did make mention of, you know, the term mutual support, and as black men, you know, it's often been said that we don't talk, you know what I mean? So mutual support groups gives us an opportunity to find a safe space, whereas black men say in particular, you know, we can sit down and talk and we can share, you know, from a place of comfortability, the issues, you know, that are really kind of sort of pertinent to us in particular. So for me, I've found over time, as I've developed more confidence and more trust, yeah, in others, I've been able to talk more, you know, talk more about the things that have ailed me in my life, and things that I'm currently going through. I'm finding the safe spaces to do that, and we've got to own them. You know what I mean? We can't wait for people to come to us and create the services all the time. We then have got to be proactive. So yes, so whilst I might not be able to say that group existed, but just find somebody who you feel comfortable with that will give you an active listening ear to hear you out. And as black men, we need to be heard out, because we can easily be shut down. And once we're shut down, it's hard for us to open up.
Thank you very much.
I just like to add that, and I agree with Trevor. The acting, for instance, is a very good vehicle to put your stresses out, and especially as we as we all experience in our group that we can talk about anything, and we are all more than friends, brothers, so we can talk about anything, and we can help each other if need for. So find yourself a good group of friends or people that you can talk and get everything out of your chest, which is in turn will help your mental health.
Thank you, Fernando.
Sorry to cut you off, Tony. I just wanted to add my little 5 pence as well, because I think being bold in any scenario that you're in is a major factor as well. I mean, growing up, mental health is something that we don't have. Black people, we don't have mental health. That's unheard of. If someone is suffering from mental health issues or they've got a form of psychosis, they're already deemed as mad. Or if you're depressed, just drink two rum and you'll be all right. And that was the sort of attitude growing up in my household amongst my family. But at the same time, even though they came at me with the attitude, you know, you're just in a bad, drink some drink and go dance and check gal, you know, I still had to rely on my family and tell them that there was a deeper issue. There's an underlying issue actually going on, you know. And when I look at them, a lot of them are suffering as well. There's a lot of suffering from the older generation that wasn't spoken about and has not been addressed. And that's somehow passed its way on down to us. So if we start with the family and we start to make this a thing within the family where we're comfortable talking about mental health issues, and it's not a taboo subject, and it's an everyday subject that we can speak of normally, then I think it becomes easier for the next generation to speak of these things and tackle these issues as well. Because it is very taboo. It's still taboo within black families, and it's something that needs to be eradicated.
Thank you. I'm just going to try and read through some of the text in the chat before it disappears. One of the things a couple of people were saying that Hazel was saying about to Will and Mr. Scared, that you're so right. Lack of information, lack on information, well, actually lack of information seems to be a form of control. We need to do our own research and question everything. And then there's been a Suffer in Silence has been a website that's been put up if you want to know about support and help. There's that in the chat. Also, mind.org has been put up as well. And Hazel also continues to say, one of the running themes that was well demonstrated throughout was the fact that Kwame did not have anyone to talk to. LW says, thank you for such a wonderful performance. I think the scenario could have occurred even without COVID-19. It's a shame that the child access is under control of the maritime law, which needs to change. Do black men feel embarrassed to ask for help? Hazel goes on to say, we probably all need to do more when we are all well, so that there are places, organizations and activities available to us when we're not doing so well. Another question is, how has this drama group helped the actors? So maybe there's someone can answer that one. And just finally, powerful stuff, my brothers. To be open, it's such a sign of wisdom and trust. As a black man, I'm proud of you all. You're right, Junior. We need to get rid of the stigma around mental health. We all need to speak up. People need to not to be afraid of saying the wrong thing. Once you say something, at least you have opened the conversation. And there's been another mind and soul as a resource put in the chat. And then agreed, Junior, if we talk about it, we can work something out together to support each other, like physical health or mental health, depends on it. And then finally from San, my brother has obvious symptoms of mental health, but why is it men don't seem to want to seek help? Very interesting. So audience members, I don't know if there is any particular scene that you that brought up something for you. We'd like to invite you now, if you're up for it, to be playfully play with us in this interactive section. So essentially, how does this work? Well, if there was a particular scene that you felt that resonated with you, that you had a strong connection with, that you identified with, and you felt that that scene could have been played out in a different way, we invite you to come on stage, ideally, and revisit that scene so that we can learn a bit more about some other alternatives. So essentially, if there's a scene in the play that you really resonate with, or you'd like to see revisited and dealt with in a different kind of way, we'd love you to engage and participate and interact with that. However, if you're not able to do that, that's okay. You're not obliged to. It may be something that you want to speak to a particular character and question him about his actions and his attitudes and his motives. So, for example, we met the character of Mark. Mark was on road, and Mark was saying that it's peak out here. I don't know if you remember earlier on in the scene, he came out and he was outside somewhere and he lit up a substance, he lit up a something. That character there, what did you think about him and his situation? Is there anything that you feel that can be done that may make his situation better? What did you think about the characters that were on the game show? Well, what were they like for you? Were they real, unreal, realistic? What about the Carl and the knowledge of learning element? What did you think about that? So we just really want your views and opinions here, really, so that we can engage with you and make it a little bit more playfully interactive. But again, you're not obliged to. But if you do want to engage with this show, now is the time to engage with us and let us know what you're thinking. So Hazel writes, I felt sorry for Mark. Would need to hear more about him and his life situation. Well, Hazel, because of the beauty of the creativity and these wonderful performers, we're going to bring you Mark, and we're going to bring Mark back on stage, and we're going to get a little bit more insight into Mark. So I'm going to ask Mark to get ready, and when he's ready, he's going to come back on and he'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on for him, and maybe we can learn about how he ended up in that situation and what, you know, what's going on for him in his life. And maybe if you've got any suggestions on hearing Mark speak, please put them in the chat, or you can unmute yourself, put yourself off camera or on camera and hear what you have to say. So we're really just trying to find some alternatives based on what you've witnessed tonight. Was Mr. Scared, who gave the rant about COVID-19 and vaccination, was he right to say that? Was he wrong to say that? He's out of line. It's all up for grabs here. I mean, you know, there was lots of different themes that came up for people. I maybe just want to remind some people of what themes that I actually took from it. There was something about relationships. There was something about employment, loyalty, desperation of a father, family, parenthood, stress, work, medication. The government don't care about us. There was something about a road life and what the realities of that is. There was something about friendship or not. We obviously saw something around stop and search and that whole blunt tool around enforcement. Or was that just a normal, proper, good way of doing policing, and it was one of the characters that should have changed their behavior? Whatever you want to say about that, we can. There's obviously the game show. There was something about the rewards of a game show. Someone ended up in prison. Was that right? Was that wrong? Is that the reality of where we're going in the year 20, whatever it may be? And what about this whole thing that that Carl and Fernando and Carlos was relating to about working in silos or working together in unity? Can the Black community really come together and make things happen and make changes for the better, or even for the next generation? What does it take for us to stop working in silos, crabs in a barrel, and for us to all get together and work together? And what about this entrepreneur stuff that one of our characters was doing? Is that right? Is that wrong? Is that the way forward? Should we be creating our own businesses, or do we need to rely on somebody else? So these are just some of the things that came up in the show. The risk of dying. They say African people are 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 times more likely to die than other counterparts when it comes to COVID-19. And all of these issues are up for discussion. So I'm just going to give a few more comments in the chat before Mark gets ready to come back on stage. Has Mark got any support from family, friends, a youth worker who could support him to address what's going on for him, and work to get some support in sustainable education, employment and training, starting his own business, legal, by the way? So Hazel and MA Parent, we're going to find out in a bit. We're going to get Mark back on, and maybe we can interrogate some of the questions that you're referring to. And there's another question from Hazel saying, I wonder how different Kwame's life would have been if he was self-employed and not in a government job. Well, maybe we can hear from Kwame, and let's hear what Kwame has to say about that. Would your life, Kwame, would have been different if you were self-employed and not in a government job? Kwame.
Definitely so, because I would have been able to be more flexible and would have spent probably more time with my family, and maybe my relationship would not have broken down if I was not obligated to work under government guidelines and rules. Quality time with family is precious, but I suppose when you're working and you want a good life, nice house, you want to make sure that your family have everything they need, cars, all that kind of cosmetic stuff. But yeah, I think life would have been a lot different being self-employed. That I could have worked when I wanted to, spent more time with our son, and spent more time sort of building a relationship with my partner, as opposed to building them barriers that I'm not home because I'm working 15 hours, 17 hours, 20 hours. I literally came home to shower. So yeah, it definitely would have been different. It would have been different because I would have been able to guide myself rather than be guided by guidelines I did not agree with. However, I signed up to the government.
So, saying all that, thank you, Kwame. Another question is, would you have preferred to have a nice house or be with your son?
I'm not even going to answer that question. Clearly, I would have. Listen, I would sleep in a tent to be with my son. The house is bricks and mortar. But when I suppose you see everybody else, your friends and your peers have Porsches, Lamborghinis, Range Rovers, lovely houses with all the kind of stuff, you want to keep up with the Joneses. But ultimately, to me, that's bricks and mortar. With your child, it's priceless. You cannot, if you miss out on that time with your child growing up, you can't get that back. Everything else you can get back, so definitely, child, definitely with my child. Living in a tent, even if we were homeless, it doesn't matter. We're together, we're bonding, doesn't matter.
Thank you very much, Kwame. So we're going to go back to our character Mark, who apparently is on road as we speak, and we're going to hear from him, and we're going to try to get more insight about what his situation is, who he is, how did he end up here, what's going on for him. And if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask Mark, please put them in the chat, or if you're up for being playful this evening, you can actually open your mic up and speak to him directly. And if you're even more brave, you could even play a scene with Mark to find out what's really going on. So let's hear from Mark and see what's going on. There is a question that opens up the scene, which is, Mark, if you could change one thing about your life, what would that be? So let's put it on speaker view and let's hear from over to Mark.
This is what I feel about life. Even if it was one thing, I need more than one thing. Not only are people trying to mentally oppress me, they're trying to physically oppress me. This isn't a joke. Surviving out here, you can't just have one thing and wish on a dream. You need to have security to know that whatever I'm doing and however I'm doing it, I'm going to make it through, because one thing is never enough. That's how I feel about that. I can ask for more medication. I could ask for more help, you know, but will it ever be enough? Because the more help I get, the more stress I'm still receiving. If the system I'm working in and living in doesn't change, then what's the point in getting the help? Because you're putting a plaster over something when you should be stitching it up and stopping the bleeding. This is what I think about one thing. It never is one thing, you know, because one thing leads to another thing and leads to another thing. You know, it's like taking drugs and running away from yourself. The further you run away from yourself, the more you're going to need things to help you. This is what I think. There's no such thing as one thing.
Thank you so much for your response there. I think when I said one thing, I probably meant one thing as a start. I think one thing would definitely lead on to other things, but would it be a start for you, do you think?
To be honest with you right now, lady, out here, I can't take this one thing, because I start doing one thing, it lasts for 12 weeks or 8 weeks, put you on a course, put you here, put you there, but I'm still in the same position. Mentally, I feel like there's nowhere I can go. I'm being controlled and saying, well, here's this one thing you can do. Even if you can't do it or it doesn't actually help you, it's generalized, so everyone has to do it.
Okay,
I can't afford to be on the train like those people behind me. Oh, I walk everywhere.
Okay, so your choices are pretty much limited.
Based on the system which I've been put in. You know, having their living out here, and if you don't fit into what they want, then they're not going to help you. And then when you start feeling insecure and mentally afraid, and become back to your primitive self and just trying to protect yourself because you're unsure, people want to mess with you.
What do you think would be a good start then? Where would you start? What do you think would be a good start for you?
See, this is what I think, lady, about people who sit in their offices and talk to us about what do you think? It doesn't matter what I think. I don't have access to anything. So when I say I want to have a home over my house, I want to have a rehab center that's always open and facilitated and was prepared to accept me regardless of what the circumstances are. You know, I can't turn around and say, I want to make sure that I'm able to see my child. That's what I want. And I want a roof over my head. I'm asking for things that, well, sir, even though you may be born and raised here and worked half your life, you are not a priority. Somebody else is who hasn't done anything since they've been here. Can't ask me what would I do. I don't have the access to the funds, to the knowledge, because I can say what I want. And you can turn around and say, well, that's all very good, sir, but you know, that's not what we're doing. It comes back to saying, do I have a choice? I don't have a choice. So I as a person who's homeless, out here trying to get off the drugs, I feel like to myself, you're patronizing me, young lady. Because for me to tell you what I want doesn't mean I'm going to get it. Doesn't mean I'm going to get halfway to it. It means that you just know what I want. You know, and being over 35, it's like I've spent a lot of time of my life having people in offices ask me, what would you like? Well, I don't think you really deserve it.
Okay, Mark. Okay,
You know,
thank
you
you.
haven't shown
Thank
me.
you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Hazel, how are you doing? I'm just checking in with you.
No, I'm listening. I think he demonstrates, and I'm hearing what he says. It's not an easy situation. I think there aren't any big answers to this, but I think somewhere along the line, when the time's right, you kind of need to find a step in the right direction. Because staying as things are doesn't seem to be the solution either. It is difficult. It's not easy. But now I'm all ears. I'm listening.
Okay, so I don't know, if you've got one piece of advice to leave Mark with, what might that be? Or what would you say or want to do from now?
I think if I had one piece of advice, and I can only talk from my own experience, you just have to keep on. You just have to keep on trying. It's not an easy road. I don't think life is an easy road for anybody, but you keep knocking, knocking down doors. At some point, you're going to find what you want on the other side. So you kind of don't give up, but it's not going to be easy. It isn't easy. I can see that.
Thank you, Hazel. Can we just, maybe unmute or just put in the reactions and give Hazel a round of applause for that? Because that wasn't easy, you know, especially that character Mark. He's, you know, it's not an easy guy to deal with. So thank you, Hazel, for, you know, stepping up there. Really, really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So if there's anybody else that might want to have a chat with one of the characters, that something came up for you in the scenes, just to kind of recap, there was obviously Kwame on his quest to get to Sunderland. There was obviously, we just learned from Mark, there was the stop and search that happened. There was the game show scene. There was the debate about who we are between those different kind of characters. I'm probably not doing a good job of this, but there was also the rant from the angry friend. Lots of different scenes that may have triggered stuff in you. We'd love to invite you to interact with the performers if you're up for it. We've just seen an example there, a wonderful example from Hazel there, how she tried to make a bridge with Mark. And it's as Hazel says, from Buju Banton, it's not an easy road. So let's hear from MA parent, youth worker, practitioner, they say, Mark, it does not matter. I believe you have the right, if you have the right support worker, the right youth worker, they can support you to have your voice heard and help you work through the good times and the low times and help you become confident in achieving your ambitions. I hope you're hearing that, Mark. And obviously Charmaine writes, I was struck by how Kwame couldn't communicate with his father or his brother. A lot of anger and accusation involved. What were their expectations of each other? And how do those expectations relate to Black masculinity? Father, Kwame, do you want to answer that? Brother?
He's doing that first.
Father, let's hear from the father.
In the father situation, I read the father just think that Kwame doesn't visit his family, doesn't care about his mother, and because he just wants to play the big man, and that angers gets him angry, and then that ends why he's talking that way to Kwame, just accusations, and doesn't even let Kwame talk. He's just starting blank, just accuse and compare him to his brother, which is he knows they don't have the same job, the same responsibilities, and even the same situation. Kwame has his child he cannot see, and his child is very. The father knows all that, and his brother has his child with him. He knows all that, but he doesn't care because he's angry, because he thinks Kwame wants to play the big man, and but always reverting to the family and asking for things. That's my
what.
Thank you, Dad. Charmaine, I hope that satisfies your.
Hello, I can interject. I can come in with something.
Okay, just want to check with Charmaine. I hope that satisfies your interest. If there's anything that you feel that you still like to say or do, you can write it in the chat, or we're playfully inviting you to speak up. Thank you, Charmaine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, of course,
yeah,
loud
okay.
and clear. So you're
That
speaking
was
to,
really
you're speaking
interesting.
to the
I'd
dad right now.
love to hear from the brother as well, obviously. But just what you said,
Charmaine, if we just deal with the dad first, then you can play a scene with the dad and see.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I was wondering, you kept talking about the big man. He just wants to play the big man, and I was wondering what that means to you when you say that, and is playing the big man incompatible with being a good family man?
No, playing an important man because he works in the government secret service. He paints himself as an important man.
Okay, I get it. I get it. So is it like he's gone out of the family? What would you say? The family environment. So he's kind of made it in the mainstream society, but at the same time, it feels like through doing that, he's not paying attention to his family. Are those two things kind of incompatible? If you make it big.
No. That's exactly what you are right. You're absolutely right.
They're seen as being incompatible. You can't do both things.
Yes, and for instance, he because of that, even though he still needs everything is in top of him and he can cope with everything, he still thinks he's above.
Yeah, that's really interesting. It's like if you make it out into the big world and you get successful, it can cause a lot of conflict with your family.
Absolutely.
So Charmaine, how do you recommend that we deal with that? Because sometimes people would say we get rich and switch. How do we remain rooted where we've come from?
Whoa, it's such a big question, isn't it? It's happened to a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. People going into higher education, people, going into professions, all kinds of things. I'm not sure. I don't think I could answer it. I'm a white woman and I know very little about, where people are coming from or what it's like for them. But maybe somebody else can, somebody else in the audience.
Okay. You said you had another question for somebody else. Is that right or not?
Oh, I just was aware that the brother was about to talk and tell us, and I would love to hear his perspective. So,
Let's
yeah.
put on the brother. Let's hear from the brother and see what he has to say and why he has this attitude to his brother. Let's hear a bit more from this one.
You've got two conflicting issues, and the primary thing was I'll go slightly to where what we was talking about before, so it will work into where I'm going now. Basically,
I'm just gonna let you know you are still in character. Yes.
Right. Well, then the fact of the matter is my brother's is working overtime. He's not communicating with his family, and as a result of that, what is happening is the frustrations, because of the lack of communications, it's building up a lot of frustration, and we're not aware of his actual issues or concerns or predicaments that he's actually in. So for him to then turn up and be like, oh, well, yeah, you know, blasé about the whole matter, it's almost a disrespect, because you don't realize what I'm feeling, what we're feeling, what stresses we're on. We're worrying about you, right? One, we're worrying about the bills. Two, our mother's sick. Three, and then all the brunt of that is now falling onto your sibling, because you're not there to support them. So in effect, you feel neglected, and you feel like, you know, at the end of the day, you're having a good time, and I've got to bear the brunt of it. Not only that, you know, the stresses and the hitting of my pocket, and I've got my own family as well. So you know, it's one of them things that I don't think it's acceptable, and you shouldn't be doing it.
Just a quick one. It's Hazel here, brother man. Absolutely quite surprised to hear that you say that you were really concerned about your brother Kwame. Boy, the way I heard you talking, it didn't sound like you were concerned about him at all.
That's because if you check, there was a bit where I said, well, you look well. And that's what triggered it. If I'm worried about my brother, I see him, and he's just blasé, oh yeah, laughy. But hang on a second, mate. So where you been? And with that point now, I'm saying, okay, you are fine, but now I'm angry, because all the impacts and issues that I've experienced now exacerbate, because you know you're all right, and you look all right, and now I'm angry, because you haven't communicated to me, you haven't told me anything. And why is that?
Difficult communications.
From both sides.
Definitely from both sides. It sounds like maybe if you had a little bit more time to talk to each other, you'd possibly see things from each other's perspectives.
No, what I see the problem is not being able, a lot of the time when you're in a situation, it's the not knowing that makes the situation a lot worse. In any situation that someone owes you money or anything like that, if they're hiding from you, it makes the situation 10 times worse, because now you don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to abscond? Are they ever going to come back? And that is what leads to this exacerbation of events. This is where the anger comes from, because you know you haven't seen your mother. Your mother's been sick. Why haven't you seen your mother? Right? That's secondary. Then it's all these other factors. You haven't been paying your bills. You haven't communicated with us. Yes, we know you've got a family, but what was you doing in the first place? You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, we tried to get you out of the situation. You went knees deep in it. Now we've got to deal with the brunt of it, and you're using that as an excuse for not handling your business at home. 2 homes, and that's what it seems like.
Okay, so my last quick question for you is then, what do you do to de-stress yourself? What do you do that makes you less stressed?
Read.
What kind of things do you read?
All types of stuff. I do a lot of ebooks. I read things from anger management all the way through to Genghis Khan.
Okay. And so do you practice what you read then? Do you try and practice it? How do you use what you read then?
It gives you different perspectives. because I'll give you an example. You can read, I say, a book like Sun Tzu and the Art of War. You know, the art of going into a battle of minds with someone, understanding what their angle, their perspective, and then looking at how you can change the outcome of those events. So there's many different ways in which you can look at read books, and it's your interpretation of the books. And sometimes certain books can actually take you away from the stresses that you have. So it's escapism as well.
All right, thank you. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you, Hazel. So again, we're kind of just running out of time. We just really want to encourage anybody who hasn't spoken yet to either say something in the chat about what's come up for you tonight, about the issues that have resonated with, or you connected with, or identified with, or if you really want to speak with one of the characters in the play, now is the time. Now is the time to either put it in the chat or speak with your camera off, or if you're really playful, you could even open up your camera and play a scene with any one of those characters. We do invite you to, the cast are really looking forward to it. It's one thing that they certainly love to do. So we do invite you to do that if you're up for that. And just to recap, you know, what about the Dreadlock and Barled? What did you think of those two characters? I mean, were they really that serious? Would they really have the power to? They were like gods in a way, you know. They had the power and control to go and look into Kwame's life and see what goes on and order things around. I mean, you know, what were they like? Were they realistic? You know, if you had to be one of them, which one would you be and why? Would you be Barled? Would you be Dreadlocks? And you know, that's just interesting. You know, the power that they had, the control that they had at any particular point to command and go into a particular area. They obviously, you know, if you were here in the plane, we were inside Kwame's head, and Barled and Dreadlocks were obviously somehow dominating what goes on and what we should see or discover in Kwame's head. Yeah, so if there is anything that you would love to re-interact with, we're here for a few more moments to try to get that. But otherwise, there's no pressure. We would just like to say thank you for being with us tonight. It's been a wonderful evening. So maybe the final kind of roundup could be them. So what now? What do we do now? What is it that we're going to do? We've watched this show. We've had a bit of a debate. We've had a bit of a chat. What happens next? You know, tomorrow we all go about our way. We all got to get up tomorrow morning and go about our business and people to see and places to go and things to do. But what happens about these issues? Do they still stay the same? Are we going to be talking about this time next year? Are we going to be talking about it in 5 years' time? What can we do? Is there anything that we can do to bring about some kind of change? One small thing that we can do to make some changes towards, is it campaigning? Is it to do knocking on an MP's door? Is it about joining a support group? What is it? What can we do to make the world a little bit more better so that the black man doesn't have to experience these things? If you can put anything in the chat as a recommendation or a suggestion, we highly recommend that. But what are we going to do now? What is the one call to action that you might make a pledge or commit to or recommend that we do? What is it? Share with us. Give us some insight. Anybody?
I think stuff like this in general, it helps. It helps, you know, us being black men, talking about our situation, putting it out there to everyone to have a look. I think that's where it starts. Communication is a big thing, and the fact that we're communicating with it and releasing inhibitions and saying, you know what, there's not a problem. You know, I think that's a good thing. And you know, praise is due to you guys and me being a part of this. I'm so happy to be a part of this. And I think it starts with stuff like this, people talking up about it, us talking to our families as well.
I agree with what you said. You know, I think that a lot of people need to be aware of the
excuse me, sorry,
be aware of the empathy that men possess, especially black men, in terms of what they would have endured and would have been expected to continue to endure from a multitude of different angles, whether it's via work or socially, and the kind of impact that that has on a day-to-day person, in just terms of spreading the word of being more empathetic and understanding that not every person's action is because of a non-rational reasoning, you know, and there's the build up to situations which can lead people to be in certain circumstances where other people you may can have a consideration. I just say exercise consideration and empathy for black males. Thank you.
I would like to say, if anything, that, you know, we have this vicious cycle that we do onto our children that does unto their children and so forth. And I think it's about time we take that responsibility and break the cycle individually. It's not just about, it isn't a collective effort, but it's an individual effort. So you have to think, how can you change this game plan? How can you do something different that your parents didn't do, or what you can pick from it? And it's about the individual person changing that game. You take control of your life at the end of the day. That's what I feel, and that's what I've learned a lot from coming to our drama meetings, and we're having this discussion and so forth. The only thing I can come back and say is I need to take responsibility for my life. I need to take responsibility being a father, not just for my son, for my daughters as well, because daughters need fathers just as well as sons. So for me, it's about breaking that cycle, that perpetual cycle that seems to exist within the black community. So that's why I stand on that. And that's from listening to the guys around me and listening to fellow men as well, because we know the answers, but what are we doing to make a difference?
Thank you. I'm just going to read out a few more bits in the chat. So Hazel says, let's encourage enterprise and business in the black community. Let's get a firm economic base. Money isn't everything, but it does help. And MA Parent says, for me as a parent and youth practitioner, it's all about providing our young people with a safe space to talk, explore, understand, and work towards goals to have a successful future, whatever that looks like to each other. Charmaine responds by saying, not making assumptions about people. Even the way you act when you walk past someone in the street can show empathy or exclusion. IT says we have to start with recognizing who we are, where we're from, and where we wish to go. The ancestors give us the power to cause change, but we have to move forward with the power that is within us all. And Hazel also responds by, well said, Charmaine there. And Kirk says, I believe knowledge is most important. We are not learning enough about ourselves and opportunities. We need to know how to produce, lead, and understand to make money. You need people, and you also need to give. And the more you give, the more you earn. And that is agreed by Hazel there, saying, MA Parent, you're right. So thank you, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world. We really appreciate you tuning in to Kwame and the Lockdown. If you want to join our group, we meet every Monday evening in Brixton from 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. And we do all things creative around mental health and well-being and the important issues and concerns that matter to black men. And we would love to work with any other black male that is over 21 and under 99 that wants to work with us. We'd be happy to have you come down on a Monday and join the gang. So I'm just going to leave it with the cast members to say a final few words to close us off. Each character can say their character and then say who they really are, and say just a few words to check us out for this evening. Who'd like to start, and then you can pass it on to somebody.
I'll start. I am Fernando Oliveira. Good evening. I'm the dad. I was the dad, and I've been with this group, wonderful group, for I don't know, 6 weeks. We've done two performances, and it's wonderful. Come on and join. We are waiting for you. Peace.
Hi guys.
Bye.
My name is Lloyd, and I was the game show host. I've been with the drama group now for about a year. Yeah, almost a year. And something I really enjoy. I work in the mental health industry as an occupational therapist assistant. So I have some first-hand experience of men in psychiatric hospitals and some of the effects. And I thank you for viewing the show. I hand it over to Kwame, aka Keith.
Yeah, good evening. I joined the group in February. I've been doing a lot of drama workshops for many years, and when I saw the advert about joining this drama production to do with mental health, depression and suicide, it touched me because I say unfortunately I've had suicide deaths in the family, and it's something you want to talk about, but we should talk about it because it's happened to my family and it's very, very painful. And if I can speak out so that it doesn't happen to anybody else, I will do so. And coming along to the drama workshop on a Monday evening, as Tony said, from 6 till 9, hashtag 9:30, it is absolutely amazing because no matter where you come from, all walks of life, you're there. You can share your evaluations, you can share your idolations, everything else. And it's a great workshop. So I recommend that anybody, whether you've got mental health issues personally or mental health issues within your extended family, come along to the drama workshop. It's fantastic, and I love it. I get up at 5 in the morning, and on a Monday I look forward to getting there at 6 o'clock after 11 hours of work to just offload and be with a great bunch of people, as you can see that are here tonight, and some others that aren't here, and it's fantastic, and it's a good way to release no matter where you come from. And I'm going to pass it on to Trevor, aka the dreadlock with the bald head.
Yeah, oh, thank you everybody. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for being a part of our show and also our lives. Yeah, I think I joined in February like Keith, and I think I traveled the furthest because I'm all the way from Birmingham, Coventry. And my strapline is when I've been going down to the sessions in Brixton, I've been given the opportunity to really to cathartic. So that gives me the opportunity to really de-stress. And I spoke earlier on about the mutual support sharing, and especially as a black man, seeking to dispel the myth that we don't talk, we do. And as someone alluded to earlier on, we can speak at whatever level you want to pitch and you want to engage your level of offloading, you can do. And we do talk about men's issues and the things that impacts us in a mutually supportive environment. I've been involved in about 3 shows now, 3 or 4. And to me, this has been the best. This has been absolutely phenomenal. It's the longest show we've done, but in terms of we had a very short time to do it in, and just the gelling, the symbiosis, and they're just working it through. Believe it or not, myself and Marshall, we perfected what we did tonight. So you got it, off the press. and it was just phenomenal. You know, we are gifted, talented Black men who have got something to share with the world. So thank you, Tony, for really affording and giving the platform, because if it wasn't for you, I would not have been here. You know, so the process is worth it. Handing over to Kieran, if he's there.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, Trevor. See, I played Troy, who was the mischievous friend, and then the very ignorant game show contestant. So I've been with the group. I joined roughly when Lloyd joined, so about a year ago. And yeah, I work in the mental health industry as well. It's been a really great experience to work with, you know, this group, and obviously you've got other people that aren't here today. But yeah, it's been amazing, and I think just to echo a massive thank you to Tony for, you know, getting this going, getting it started, you know, giving up his time and making sure that we can get this, along with everybody else that's contributed as well. So yeah, thank you everybody, and thank you also for watching. And I'm going to hand over to Carlos.
Oh, hello everyone, I'm Carlos Sanchez. I'm aka the good friend, aka the professor. I've been working with the group for just a couple of months now. This is my second gig, which I enjoyed very much. We've got another one coming up shortly, so look out for that one. Working with these guys is wonderful, a very good experience. The mental health is phenomenal. It's just like it brought out so many things I hadn't noticed myself, and we could actually go out and talk and, you know, see what's happening, and, you know, actually see everyone else's mental health is always different. It's not always the same, but it's different. But it's there to help to each other, and that's what we do, help each other. We do work together as a good team, and it's a good fun every Monday night. Even though I'm south of London, I do enjoy going down there, and working with the team is great. So I'll pass it on to Kirk.
Hello, good evening. My name's Kirk. I played the brother and also the show host, Carl. Yeah, I think it's a great concept. I like, you know, the team always here to support and, you know, be part of the team. It helps you on the stressful days as well. So, and it's part of giving back. We all help each other move and strive forward. And I think, you know, there's been instances where some people come down, we have the communication, even the roles and the performances and the exercises that Tony puts forward. They take your mind away from, you know, everyday life, and it helps you relax, and it's helped us all tremendously. And I think everybody's given a certain aspect of themselves, which has created better understanding within the group. And like Carlos said, you know, everybody, that, you know, not always, you know, mental health is something that you can look at and you can see, you can touch, you can feel, you know, we create a better understanding, and I think with that we all grow and become, you know, stronger as people, and realize there are people out there that will listen and hear your you know, your feelings and your emotions, and you can be yourself. So that's the most important thing. We got Wayne. Wayne, have you been?
No, I have not. No, I have not.
Over to you, my friend.
Thank you very much. Hello, my name is Wayne. I was Mark, the on-road man, and I was also Paul. In terms of the drama group, I'd like to say that we don't really have facilitates for most. You can go in there, you can, as everyone said, people understand and acknowledge that mental health comes in different aspects, you know, and through what we do, we will manifest plays and try to resolve issues within ourselves, and also expose people who have not taken the time out to even acknowledge yet. when they're dealing with black males, they'll be able to take a different aspect or a different approach when dealing with certain issues, maybe when it comes to the tonage or the way you're speaking, because you may be trying to convey a message, but realize that the way you're coming across may be sounding too familiar to something that they've heard before, which then disrupts any further movement in your process. So I'd say it's a great thing to come down if you're available. And I'd also like to say being part of the group helps me personally. I am one who suffers from suicidal ideations and depression. And I find that this group is a good outlet in terms of expressing myself, doing an art form that, like, you know, helps you in a way and also conveys a message and makes people more aware that you know, mental health goes everywhere, comes from everywhere. You can't hide from it. You know, you could be pink and have one toe and have green eyes and purple hair. It could still get you. And I think it's good that we explore that. And I think it's great that people enjoy it, because it's not something which you can say you've watched or has something that's been running for a long time. So I'd say look out for the new stuff that we're going to do. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and hopefully encourage young black males all around you to achieve. Keep watching and listening. And I pass it on to Tony.
Okay, thank you very much. Is everyone gone? Does anybody still need to go?
Yeah.
Junior.
Yeah.
Sorry, Junior.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. I haven't gone. I've been a part of the group for about a month now, and for me, it was very therapeutic finding this group, because I found myself in a position in my life where I was at a crossroad, because I left my job for 15 years. I didn't know where I was going, and I saw this drama group advertised online, and they were tackling mental health. And this is something that I discovered that I had during the pandemic, and the pandemic actually brought it out, and I had to have a look at my life, and I said, you know what, I'm actually suffering here. Now that tying in with doing drama, having done drama all my life, from performing arts school to drama school, that's something I can relate to, and it was something I wanted to be a part of. And I'm so happy that I'm here, and we're doing it for a worthy cause. It's not, oh, we want to go out and be famous and we want to be known. This is actually helping our community. What we're doing is helping people talk up, be comfortable with speaking up, helping each other while we're doing it as well. So the cause is worthwhile, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Thank you.
Well said, well said.
Has everyone spoken? Okay, so yeah, thank you everyone for turning up tonight. Really appreciate it. A recording of this is going out live on Facebook, and we will have the show up on YouTube as from tomorrow. I put in the chat the next performance, which is on Friday the 27th of November, 7 p.m. Up in South London, Upper Norwood. It's going to be a social distancing performance, so limited tickets will be available, but it will be a live physical show, unless the government have changed their guidelines in relation to the lockdown. But that's when our next show is. It will be the last one from us for this year, and then we will have more shows for 2021. But on behalf of all of the cast and the crew for tonight, and you wonderful, lovely audience for tuning in and spending a Friday evening with us, we want to say thank you. We really enjoy your company and your time and your generosity for sharing. And we wish you well. And thank you so much for, you know, enjoying this evening. We hope it's been of value, and we look forward to seeing you again sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Love, love, love. Take care. God bless.
Take care, everyone.
Nice weekend, guys.
Yes, okay. Okay, bros.
See you again soon. Monday.
Monday, 6 o'clock. Every day. Every day.
Thank you, everyone. Ciao. Is that it? Everyone's gone there, yeah, I believe?
Pretty much. Everyone's going,
Sophie?
gone. Okay, I'm going to switch the camera off and stop recording. So,
All right. See you Monday.
See you on Monday, indeed.
All right. Have a nice weekend.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye for now.